you got called for it out there.
Yeah, well, anytime we can get it on tape, you know, an example on tape, we always use that example as a way to teach. You know, it's a rule about safety, and that's as a coach, you have to use it as a teaching tool about safety. You know, and I try not to get into whether it's right or wrong, but it's a rule about safety, and that's the only way we can go about it as teaching is a rule about safety.
It's going to be a judgment call too, by on the fly by these guys. Are you concerned about that as a coach from a depth standpoint? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what it does, and I really believe this, it makes coaches on defense make sure you got 2 or 3 deep. You know, because it will affect you at some point in time in the season, and you know, you hope not, but there's a good possibility. So, you know, we always talk about in our room, in the secondary room, about, you know, that's a lot of time where it comes from in the back end, those bang plays.
Right.
We got to make sure we got depth back there.
Do you think did you ever look at Worley Safe? Did you see it?
I saw it out there. I couldn't tell you whether it was targeted or not. So the next guy better be ready to play.
What is the main teaching point when you're going through it, though? Because, you know, obviously people will be reading these stories and hearing this. You're a guy that's coaching it right now. Is it hit pad first? Is it hit face man? I mean, just what?
Well, it's really about targeting the head, you know, head and neck area. So if you're not targeting the head and neck area, you know, then it should not be a call. The problem is, as a defensive coach, you're trying to teach tackle up high so you can run through a guy. So, you know, what we don't want to do is start trying to get our head out of tackling, because now the shoulder pads really weren't made to be tackling these guys. They were made for safety and protection too. So you know, there's a little bit of a contradiction in what's going on, I think, but you know, we have to follow the rules, so we got to make sure we got 2 and 3 deep.
The idea that the Clowney hit could have been flagged last year is what the big debate right now is. What was your view of that Clowney hit?
I wouldn't think that would be a flag. When you're in the trenches, there's always face mask to face mask. So, yeah.
How do guys, seniors in safety, how much do you depend on them to provide leadership and to kind of lead the way for everybody?
Well, I think it's important that those guys that have played a lot of snaps here, Christian Bryan, C.J. Barnett, Corey Pitt Brown, you know, those guys have been around this program a long time and have a lot invested in it. So I think it's really important that they show leadership, not just in the defense room, but throughout the football team, help us with our young guys, because they, you know, obviously the Ohio State way, they know it. So it's important that their leadership comes out and you know, we had great leadership last year. You saw where it got us. So I think guys are feeling that pressure to be good leaders this year.
What do you see